Hi, everybody. I'm going to turn this around. Hi. I wasn't going to go live, but I'm in my pajamas, see? My Christmas ones. I'll see if anyone's in chat. Hi, Freeside. Hi, Sleuth Fairy. Yeah, no, I'm not having an awesome night or day. Hi, Stardust. So I'll just talk to you about my phone call. So, I did, get up early, and I had, thanks for being here, you guys. Gosh, I wish I could just keep this like balance still enough for once. But I'm really tremoring even worse because of the news I got today. Hi, Cat Swan. So I got help with my electric bill. I got pledged for that because I'm low income, so that was a blessing. And hi, Rock This Girl. Yeah, it's not good, you guys. My mom's going on hospice tomorrow. And when she told me that, I said, wait, I thought you were having tests today. She said, no, that was yesterday. She's going on hospice. And I screamed. I went, what? Really loud. And she said, oh, Megan, I thought you knew or something. And I said, well, no, and you had kind of said maybe you would do chemo, I know people change their minds. Yeah, I'll be seeing her either in a week or something, probably a week or two, I would think. Hospice is coming in tomorrow. She's paying, she's flying me there. I told her I have a little bit of my trust fund left. She said, oh no, we'll take care of it. She said, but I want you to be able to see your sister. Yeah, oh, I'm going. Of course I'm going. It'll be the hardest thing I've ever done. For one, I know it'll be the last time I'll see my mom. But like I told my daughter, because I went out in the living room through half of the conversation so she could kind of hear what was going on. I didn't have to repeat everything with tears. Her cancer is all through her stomach and even the rest of her body. I said, well, she said, I don't want to be sick. Thanks, Rose, girl. Thank you. She said, I'm too old to do the chemo and I don't want to be sick my last days. She said, I'll hardly be able to sit up because she can barely eat now. And I said, are you eating anything? And she said, no, I can't swallow. My mom can't swallow. I don't know what's going on with this. It said reconnect, but now the minute isn't ticking. Okay, now it is, the minutes. So, she's basically just gonna let herself die. I mean, when she brought up hospice, I said, Mom, people go on that when they're on their deathbed. She said, I know, Megan. She said, that's where I'm at. So I didn't freak out, bawling, screaming. Thank you so much. But she knew my voice was crying and cracking up at the end. And she said, be brave. I said, I will, Mom. The thing is, if I had seen her so many times through all these past 40 years since I moved away and she moved to other parts of the country, maybe this would be even harder. But not seeing her that much through my life. My mom's going on hospice tomorrow, lady. When I don't talk about it, I'm just sort of numb, acting like nothing's happening. I'm really close to my mom, you guys. I'm so close to her. Much more close than I ever was to my father. I got closer to him, talking to him on the phone when the sea disease was happening. Thanks, Leanie. So it's a good idea. Mom said that she wants me to be able to see my sister because it's been 13 years since I've seen her too, and she's in Missouri. Thank you. Um, and so we'll be there together saying goodbye. It's the same kind of cancer my sister had, but my sister is younger. I wasn't gonna go live. I wasn't. And then I was just not gonna go live for a week. And maybe just go live when I got back. Thank you. I don't want to just lay my head on her chest and just wail and sob and make her feel bad or sadder. Yeah, and that's the thing, everybody goes through it. Thank you, Rock This Girl. Thank you so much. Everybody goes through it. I remember in my 20s, my friend Bridget McGinnis, her father was sitting in his chair reading a book and he just died of a heart attack. Boom. And I went to his viewing or whatever. I couldn't go in and view him, but she did and came out, and her eyes were so red and puffy she put sunglasses on, and I see why now. And that was 40 some years ago, so I've been blessed. Like Mom says, she said it's my time. The thing that gave me some peace is my mom was so resolved to the fact there was no shaking and fear in her voice of being afraid. And I could really sense that. And so I literally said in the beginning of the conversation this afternoon, I said, Mom, you nearly sound relieved, are you? And she, without hesitation, said yes. I said, because you're so tired of feeling awful. And she said, yes, I'm tired of being in pain. So, yeah, it hurts so bad. And just 2 days ago, my neighbor, who both of her parents passed away from cancer, she's like 72. She's, a good 10 years older than me. She said when both of them passed, she felt like an orphan. And all I said was just kind of, oh. And, but the thing that will get me through this is that my mom won't be suffering, because thank you, Lainey. Thank you. Yeah. So she can only swallow water. So what, she's going to lay there and just starve to death? It's not, I mean, I told her, I said, Mom, I've been kind of mentally preparing myself for this, but not assuming this would happen. And my mom said, it's good you've been doing that. So my daughter's going to stay here with my son and all the kitties and take care of everything, just like when I went down south. Thank God. I know in my heart. Yeah, they said that she'll be very comfortable. They're very good at what they do. Uh, but I was like, gosh, could I have changed that ticket a third time before going down south? What was it, a year ago or whenever it was? But I couldn't, you guys. They told me no, because I had already changed it twice. And she really did say to me, I've got 3 different sets of company coming, 2 from Vermont, 1 from Chicago, and it's just not a good. Of course, she was better then. Her kidneys were fine. She didn't have cancer, I guess, or if she did, she didn't know. And she said, this isn't really a good summer. She told me that. So at least I don't have to feel guilty. Because I only want to go visit someone if it's the right time for them too. um, so yeah, I'm trying to count my blessings. Crying. Um, but my son's cheeks were red and puffy. I said, oh my God, you're burning up. So I got a gel pack from the freezer, and but Shaylin's getting better today with her flu, and I went ahead and pulled out a different COVID test called uh, something whatever, and it's got to be the flu, because there wasn't even the faintest pink line for positive. So, counting blessings, at least it's not COVID that my kids have, because more than likely I would get it. I don't know when I'm leaving, because she said hospice is coming in tomorrow, and she said, but I will call you tomorrow and tell you what they said. Because I asked her, I said, Mom, do you have any idea how much more time you have? And she said, I don't know. She said, but hospice will know more. So I really think I'm going to be flying there to Iowa. I think, honestly, in a week or 2. I hope I can get there before she passes. I mean, I'll be going no matter what, you know. Shaylin knows what to do. I'll call every day from there. My sister is sick right now with the flu. So I don't know if she would be driving herself. It's a day's drive. From her part of Missouri to my mother's. So she needs to get a little bit better, but it's not about waiting for my sister to get better. It'd just be good for, I think it would really give mom some peace. Number one, for her to see us both see each other. She knows on the phone we haven't been that close talking wise, but we love each other. And when Ashley went through that cancer and stuff, we got closer. We talked a couple times on the phone in June, but in all honesty, it hasn't happened since. I've left some voice messages, you know, that you send so she can hear my voice. And I did tell her, even while she was sick and in chemo and then healing after, before remission, you can call me anytime. I'm here for you. So there's no negative vibe or riff or any kind of anything. But we'll be there for each other. Let me see what the chat said. I missed the last one. Sitting with her will be healing for you. Take some books. If you need something to read, I have plenty of ones. Thank you. If I need some books, I will hit you up. I actually got some grieving books sent to me by my sister that my father had when his wife was going through her Alzheimer's. She lived, I want to say 7 years, but it might have been, I think she had it 11, and the last 7 were really hard. So I actually have some really good books on grief and stuff. And I doubt, you know how when you talk, like people say on Google, or, I mean, I wasn't even uploading grief stuff. And about 3 days ago, these sites were coming up, you know, on my iPad. Real good ones. This younger woman, she's blonde. Her husband, I think he was Murdered, I think. And she literally, you know, her channel is like a smiley face or something. And then there's another lady that speaks at churches. And then there's another one that is more of the physical well-being part of it, like take your time and everybody's grief is different and this and that. Little things to remember by. So I subscribed to all 3 of those channels about 3 days ago. Because, I mean, she is 83 and it's not just the cancer, her kidneys, right? First she has stents put in, then she has them drained. She did have her little stroke and her little heart attack this past June. And, you know, she's been in pain all summer, but now she's on that Bentyl or something for stomach pain. She sounded very peaceful on the phone. She didn't sound like, okay, Megan, well, I gotta go. She sounded relieved. She sounded relieved that she's gonna be at peace soon. Her voice was really clear and direct. I mean, for me to just blurt that out 2 minutes into our conversation, or 1 minute, Mom, you nearly sound relieved, are you? And then she literally, I always thought, you know, people might be a little bit afraid to pass away. I know I am. But maybe when you're older and tired and your life doesn't have doesn't feel like it has quite as much meaning anymore as it used to because you can't do as much, kind of, or something. Maybe you're really okay with it. But like I told my daughter, she was really strong. um, I told her, I said, there are people that lose their loved ones by horrific, unpleasant ways, hurtful ways, right? Being shot, being stabbed. I said, but someone passing away in their sleep in hospice or however this is going to go is actually a blessing, you know? And then I think about Moonlight Soul Path. She has a channel, you guys. Please sub up to her. If we could help her get even up to 25 subs or 50, that'd be so nice. Moonlight Soul Path. She's got like this purpley circle thing inside a square. Last time I looked, she had 14 subscribers. I don't think she's in it for all the subs. It's just a place for her to try to be there for others. She does some tarot card reading stuff, but her son unalived himself 8 years ago. Oh gosh, Lainey. Yeah, when I first met you, yeah, I wish these comments would stay up longer. My mom told me before she passed, when I told her I'll miss her and I don't want her to leave me, she said, honey, I'll miss you too. But I miss my, but I, but I miss my mom and dad too. I have people in heaven. I'm lonely. Oh my gosh, I didn't even get the tail end of that. See, I don't, my mom isn't a kind of a real religious sort of, I'm not saying your mom was religious, but those aspects of it, I don't know how much mom believes, but I know that she's very spiritual. Yeah. I asked her how Steve was doing, and she literally said, he wants me to do what I feel is best for me. Um, because he dealt with his cancer, right? And he knows how intense that is. And he was younger, in his 60s, when he went through his cancer. My mom just blurted it out. She said, the treatments will kill me, Megan. That's what she said. And I pretty much agree with her. Even Ashley was so sick. My sister, she had to have a walker just to get through the house because you're so sick from the chemo. Anyway, my daughter is a little bit afraid that I'm going to get depressed and let this whole thing overcome me. And I told her without hesitation that I will be strong and continue to look after myself. I need to exercise a little bit more. Walking down to the garbage and just the mailbox isn't really exercising. I don't ride my bike every day like I used to in my 50s when I would go to the AA hall or ride my bike up to stores and have a big backpack on, you know. I pay for rides and stuff now, and but I'm drinking more water and I take my meds, and I told her I'm healthy. She's very, very concerned, you guys. Very concerned because I had her when I was older, 41, that I'm gonna get sick in 20 years when she's 40 and this and that. And I told her, because it's the truth, I said, honestly, I'm in a way healthier now than before my stroke, because the doctor had been wanting me to be on some meds for my high cholesterol for 4 years. And I thought, well, I'll change my diet, I'll exercise more, I'll try fish. You know, I didn't really like it. I'll eat more, I'll eat, you know, some almonds, and I'll, you know, do what I need to do, less fat, less salt. But because it was all genetic with my father, it didn't make any difference in the long run. Even the red yeast rice supplements that I was taking lowered my cholesterol, but the blood pressure still went up. Hi, Sherry. If I missed anyone's names, I don't have my contacts in. I don't have my glasses on. But you know, we all go through losing people, and yeah, Sherry's been through her fair share too. Wild Angel. I don't know how much she's ever shared on a live or up on Dolly Vision on panel with me, but she's been through her own loss. And honestly, now it's my time. It's my turn to go through it. Now, you know, I went through it with my dad, but it all just happened so darn quick. Like, I knew he was having kidney issues, but he was on medicine. He had a new doctor, and he sounded so good and full of energy. And then again, not knowing if he got COVID or not, and got sick or just stopped eating. But those 2 weeks, no one heard from him. And then when he finally answered the door to his brother, my uncle, they were like, you got to go to the hospital. And he didn't want to go, but he did. And within about 4 or 5 hours, he passed, um, which I didn't expect either. And I heard him kind of yell out and everything in the background. I heard his voice, and I heard the nurse say, well, now, Larry. So I don't know if they were poking him with a needle or he was getting nervous and was trying to get out. I don't know, but they tried to resuscitate him for, I believe my aunt said it was over half an hour trying to resuscitate my dad. She said they really put in an effort because she was there, and her husband, my uncle. So then the next thing I knew, he was gone, and I screamed out on the phone, and I was bawling, and then I saw his memorial on, I don't know how it came. It was sent to me on my flip phone, and it was real small, but I listened and I watched intently and closely, and just saw his big picture up there when he was a little bit younger. And the church was packed. He had a lot of friends, and he went to the church and played the organ, and people knew him. He was really good friends with the pastor, and my dad always liked to give back. He was a teacher in Nebraska and was teaching the troubled Indians to the point where sometimes they'd get so angry they'd try to bite him. And that's when he was in his 60s. And he would drive from Iowa to Nebraska to this school. And and he used to tell me he became friends with some kind of inmate he had met at the jail. So I think I didn't really ask. I should have asked more. I just sort of listened, but he went with a pastor and was, what's it called? Preaching, maybe preaching, sharing, sharing the gospel with people in there. My dad was a good man, too. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and literally, because I want to stay on task somewhat, um, I'm probably going to, well, probably not now. I want to spend as much time as I can around my kids and stuff during the day, but after I get back from seeing my mom, I'll probably start riding my bike. Maybe. I should anyway. The weather's okay to AA. It's not that I feel like drinking, I don't at all. But AA's always been almost kind of like church for me. I should get my butt up and get to church on Sunday. Maybe that's something I'll do too. I thought, you know, I, oh, I don't know. Sherry, I don't know. Mom's calling me tomorrow because tomorrow is when hospice is going to come over there. And I thought they were there every single day. Yeah, I think so too, Rock, this girl. Um, but they're not. I guess they come in 3 days a week. This is what my mom said. So, yeah, my Auntie Lona, who struggled with breast cancer again later on, she got it in her 30s and had surgeries and radiation and mastectomies and all this stuff and lived a long time. This was the estrogen kind. She was on tamoxifen and all this. She watched her go through it. I actually, in 2011, saw her for the last time. She was skin and bones to where she wore one of those big skirts with a blouse tucked in with a belt. She was smiling. She had her little dog with her, and I think from 2011, I think she lived another 4 years. Um, my mom wants me to see my sister too, and she's sick right now with the flu. She said everybody's got the flu. Um, because I told her, both my son is still coughing away. He's got a thing of lozenges in his room, the caramel ones. My daughter has the strawberry ones, and I mean, we all get the flu and colds, but this was a dandy. It really was. Um, Not hardly being able to eat, keeping food down, but the fevers were the most alarming to me. I mean, I didn't even think to take their temperature, to tell you the truth, because they're adults, but I guarantee you it was a good 104, 105. And I know that's pretty dangerous, or it felt like it would be. Um, when, you're adults. And I actually said, if you don't get better, you keep getting worse, and the next day or two we're going to have to go to the walk-in clinic. But my daughter's better. She's playing games, she's moving around. uh, you know, she's just better. But my son is sicker. um, anyway, so yeah, I'll let you guys know for sure when I'm going. um, yeah, I don't know. I I feel like I should just try to just go on normally with what I'm trying to do. Thank you, Lulu. Thank you so much. Thank you, Lulu. I'm going to read back comments and watch this live, jiggling all over the place because of my tremors. Okay, rock this girl. Thank you. Um, I mean, life goes on, and we can crumble up and die ourselves. Thank you. Or we can grieve and go on and be strong and show people, or show my kids, which are adults. Hi, Turtle Talk. Hi. How to do things. So on that note, I think I will set this up and go on and just read the next chapter in the story. Because if I isolate myself, it's just not going to be good. I don't want to get depressed, you know. I don't think I will, but I haven't seen her yet. I know the plane rides aren't going to be fun there or back, but this is part of life. This is actually today, I need to say it's probably the worst news I've ever gotten, because I am really close to my mom. And that's why there was so much anger with me and Rose. For her to even put the notion out on the internet that I must not have a pup bond with my mother hurt me to the core. And I don't need to have friends like that. There's certain things you just don't say on the fucking internet. You know? Because I've always had a really close relationship with my mom. Always. She just, when I lived in Vermont, she was in Florida. And before she went to Florida, she was in New York and I was still in Vermont. And then I moved to Washington State and she was in Iowa. We've just always lived far away from each other. I know, but that's why I was so angry. And I wouldn't let up. You know, and Dolly Vision wants to have these Dalai Lama fights. Well, good luck with that, because you know what? I thought maybe I'd even want to go up, not necessarily fight with anyone, but be over there. Forget it. Number one, life is too short. Number two, I told myself and all my friends on here, I'm not even going to fight with people anymore. So why would I even want to be on a show and do this tit for tat, right? Why would I even want to? But the main thing is, it would never happen anyway, because a certain female would never allow it. But that's good and that's fine. So I took my little, I had written when I was, before I heard all this bad news, and I wasn't really thinking clearly. I was like, um, oh, that's something I would do. And I put like an emoji, and it wasn't taken down. And that was shocking. That was one of my first comments that was on there and didn't get taken down because somebody even gave me a thumbs up. But that never happens on any of his channels anywhere. So that's proof right there that somebody didn't see it. But before my live today, I deleted it. I don't want any part of that. I don't want any part of that. Even if I was accepted, which I know I wouldn't be, but I don't want to do that. You know? And then on the other community page, which I deleted before I went live, I'd say 20 minutes ago, I saw the same Dalai Lama thing on the other Dolly Vision community page instead of the uncensored. And like a dumbass, this is what I wrote because I'm just being upfront. I said, my mom is going on hospice tomorrow, so I'm pretty sad. I said, but I can hold my own with disgruntled people. And no, no. First of all, my mom's dying. Number two, I said this was going to be a different year. I don't have to be one of these people that make like a little resolution to myself and then break it just because, or even think about breaking it. Again, I would never get up on the show, but I'm just saying, why would I even want to? And you know what it made me think about? This program that'll be starting? Ernie Shell. He did this. This is exactly what he did. But he said it was creators to creators. Uh, yeah. Do I live close to Sherry? No, I'm all the way in Washington State. If you're talking to her, she's 2 hours from my mom's. So, I mean, she's not going to want to drive 2 hours and drive 2 hours back. I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to be there 3 days, 4 days. I don't know anything. All I know is I'm going to be flying there probably pretty darn soon. But anyway, Ernie Shell had different creators snapping at each other. So I went up on Ernie Shell's program. Oh, okay. All right, Sherry. It's not that far from you. And I had my little verbal spat with Granny's watching, you guys. You believe that? What that was over, I can't even remember. Uh, Probably a dancing vid she did, which I liked it. Her dressing up like a tiger and putting on her, she had like a stripper pole in the background. I mean, she went all out, you know. But her dancing was equally as good as mine. This is what people said. But so I had a spat with her, and then we both, and then I had one with Blame Katie. And yeah, I called her out, and she came up and she listened, and I said my piece. I wasn't mean, I wasn't horrible. I just said, you would do better not sort of acting so righteous all the time, or whatever the heck I said. Do you know what I mean? Like she's better than everyone else, because that kind of persona just exudes, it seems, from her pores. And I don't know if it's kind of an act for her show or what, but and she'll hear this from someone and probably do a live on me, whatever. I'm not going to tit for tat back. I'm just simply saying Blame Katie was a second person. And then there was one point when Nicolina came up and was dissing my body and my age and this and that. And did I diss her back? Did I insult anyone? No. I didn't insult Granny's watching. I didn't insult Blame Katie. And I didn't insult Nicolina. So, anyway, Ernie Shell did this, but it was creators calling creators out. And so, if it's just random people, I have a feeling it's going to be kind of like that. Who else is going to really want to go up on their show? Probably just like what Sierra said. Huntress and Dumplin will definitely be up there. I'll tell you right here, and I hope they both hear this. You ladies would be wise to not do it. Don't give it more attention. Obviously, Dumplin is upset because uh, Huntress went over to Matthew ASF or whatever it's called. Um, but the thing is, Huntress was trying to build her channel too, and she liked the people that were supporting her, even though they weren't supporting Dumplin. And Dumplin felt betrayed and like, where is the loyalty? And that's exactly what I went through with the Team Rose Maria G thing. That's how near the endish I was feeling. And I told Maria that. But we didn't really talk very much, until she went through her own thing with Team Rose. And now we're really good friends again. And it's not because of oh, I told you so. It's just, it is what it is. So my feeling is, if a friendship has a foundation, a real foundation, if you both just stop where you're at and apologize, stop going over the darn texts, stop pulling stuff up just because you need to get your point across. You need to in the beginning because you want people to understand your side of it. I did it for 2 weeks. Okay, I was smeared for 2 weeks and I stuck up for myself. But there comes a time when, if you're really mature and you really know how to let something go, you do it. So, but do I think they'll be up on there? Yeah, it'll help with, clicks and views and subs, and it depends what people's real motivations are for doing something, and why do I want to have some kind of beef with anybody, even if my mother wasn't sick? I don't want that. I'm here to say, you guys, look up cortisol. Look up cortisol. When you fight and get stressed out like that, it you cortisol starts just going through your body, and cortisol makes you bloat in your abdomen. Okay? Remember that. If you don't believe me, look it up. So, I'm just going to be true to myself. And I don't care if somebody sticks in Messenger, oh, so and so said this about you or whatever. Yeah, cortisol has made your life hell, rock this girl. Yeah, I'm not going to do the tit for tat. I'm just not, and I don't know. Remember, Team Rose and Blame Katie were going to get all together and do a little smear thing on me? Well, that fizzled out. Why, I don't know. Probably because I just stopped with defending myself or any kind of attacking back. I don't know. All I know is this: life is hard enough when you're having issues, but when it's smeared all over the internet, yeah, lay low and avoid triggers. Yes. When it's all over the internet, unless you're someone that has plenty, okay, has a lot more love than negativity, is pretty darn well known, you can let a lot of it just slide off your back. And actually, I'm referring to Jimmy. Jimmy can do that. He's also really good at what is it called? Roasting people. So he's good and he's quick at getting back. It's almost like a talent that he has. Hi, Mission Possible. Um, but it definitely it takes a certain kind of person to get through it. And when you come out the other side, like I feel like I have, why would I want to go back? I don't want to backstep in my life. So, it was kind of fun when Ernie Shell did his thing. I'm all right, Mission. My mom's going on hospice tomorrow, so I'm sharing that with everybody. Yeah, Sherry, you've been through so much crap, but you've had some real, I mean, you've met some of these women that adore you and you adore them. So that's really cool. But I think we all need to really think about what our motives are in life for things. What are our motives? Um, I don't know. It's if it's a good thing, then that's good, but only you know deep down in your heart if it's good. People can say their intentions are good and they're not, you know. This has been an hour. I think I'll just end the live at this. Um, I don't even feel like reading. I mean, I could read to stay on task. The next chapter is, what is it called? Substitutions. But I've covered so many different topics. I don't even know what I'm going to talk about half the time. I really didn't want to be crying on here about my mom, but seeing some of the really sweet, thoughtful, kind things that people wrote just makes it come out. Because, I mean, it's going to happen to all of us. And that's why, while you have the chance, to be with your family and be with your children and have them around you, do it. Do it. Don't choose a man over your family. That's directed to anybody out there that has done that or is doing that. And I say that because there's many women that do and have. And guess what? I did. I did. I should have maybe stayed in Vermont even so I was closer to New York so I could hop on a train another time and visit my mom. But no, I move all the way to Washington State just because that's where Joe was from. And look, I'm still here. I'm almost stuck here because I gave him my word I wouldn't take his son out of the state. And he hasn't even visited him in 5 years. And now he's trying to pick fights. And it's just it's I don't know. So yeah, you guys put your channel links in here. I'll have StreamYard on the 28th. And I miss doing panels. It's been weeks. But on the 28th, I'll have StreamYard again and I'll do a panel. And just, there's going to come a time when you're going to really need your child. And if you're not around as much as you could have been, they're not going to be really there for you either. They're going to remember this. Okay. And it's sad. It doesn't matter if they act really grown up and all that. You know, and when my daughter left, let me finish my live, please. Don't knock on the door. Thank you. When my daughter left and was staying with her friend for 2.5 months and wasn't even planning on coming back, she was 18. I mean, she was in the same town, but then she almost moved to Texas. I was devastated, but there was nothing I could do because of her age. But did I go off and just, you know, get married to Darren or move in with him or move to another town or state or just act, well, she's 18 or she's 13, so she's a teenager now or 15. No, I was here for her, and I'll always be here for my kids, and that's why I'm stuck in this state. But I've had really, really good friends. My friend Margaret called. She fell down. She used to live here at these apartments. She fell and broke a bone in her femur. Has to have surgery tomorrow. She called me from the hospital. My friend Teresa, I've known since 1991. We don't see each other that much, but we're very close. I see her on holidays and birthdays, and her daughter died from kidney disease at 33. I went to the memorial. I have another friend, Viva, that was here for 6 years, that recently moved to, where did she move? Everett, I think. Seattle or Everett. And so, I mean, I have some close friends. I just don't have a ton of just sort of like acquaintances. Like, I'm either friends with you, right? And you're there for each other, or you're like an acquaintance from the AA hall, right? When I was a regular there, I had really close friends and we did things and stuff. But when the place got bought out by the neighboring building, everything changed. People started going to other AA halls farther away, people moved, and I lost touch with a lot of those people. But yeah, I'm just going to end this live. Thank you so much. I feel better kind of letting you guys know, even though it's pretty negative, where I'm at with all of this. And yeah, you and I'll do a panel sometime. I'll find out more. I think the days to come. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. These next few days will possibly be the hardest because, like, I'll know maybe more of how much time. I mean, if I hear she has like a month, how long can people go without food? I mean, I guess they can go, what, 45 days, whereas without fluids, it's 3 days. She cannot swallow, she said, even Ensures, because I asked her. She's not able to swallow them, but she can swallow water. So that's why I know I'm going to be flying there really soon. And I'll let you guys know. And maybe I'll come on tomorrow night and give a real quick update on things and then just go ahead and read that next chapter in that book so that I know I finished it. Yeah. Will they give her a nutrition drip? Okay. I thought they probably wouldn't. Oh, a month after Sherry? Oh, good Lord. Ugh. I don't know. She sounds really weak, although she felt pretty resolved and strong today. Resolved, strong, and kind of relieved when I talked to her. IV for fluids. Yeah, I don't know. I gotta put my fears aside because I am. I'm very, very afraid of dying. So many people aren't. Um, well, go ahead and write what you need to Sherry in Messenger because Parker slept most of the day and I need to go out and make some dinner for him. Actually, Shaylin might eat a little something too, even though she had a big lunch because she didn't eat hardly anything for days. The nutrients she won't be able to eat and drink. Okay. Well, Max Smith is still alive. Those fires kind of went through part of San Diego. I was worried about you. But obviously you're fine. That's good. Hospice is the only thing I know about it is it's the last steps to help you pass away comfortably, I guess, and that's where my mom's at. And I found this out today. I thought I was going to be told, yeah, it's stomach cancer, it's uterine, or it's, and I'm going to do chemo. I'll try chemo. We'll see how that works. But I knew at her age, I mean, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do chemo at 83. I really don't think I would. And she doesn't want to, and that's her choice. So, all right, it's been 70 minutes. I don't know. Hit the like if you want to or don't. I don't even care. Sub if you want to or not. Yeah. Uh, thanks for being my friend, you guys. You guys are my long distance friends. All right. Love you all. Bye for now. Oh, I was hitting the chat, not even the off button. Thanks for all the support, everybody. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I really feel for a lot of those Latino people that could be separated from families or not or whatever, and I feel for them, and I feel for the people who are experiencing this freezing cold weather and they're not used to it, and I feel for these fires, and I people with these fires, and the Hughes fire now is, I don't know, it looks pretty out of control to me. A whole ridge is on fire and now it's blazing and it's continuing on, and the poor animals, and so be safe. Thank you everybody for coming in. It's really, really sweet of you. Oh, apparently yes, it did cross the 5 freeway. Now they had a whole bunch of those firemen in just red, the prisoners, working on the fire, or the guys in jail, and they did a really great job. The lady reporter really complimented and commended them. And oh, hand crews, yeah. And uh, they saved an entire trailer court from catching on fire. Okay, thanks everyone. Glad you're safe, Max. Everyone else too. Love you guys so much. Probably talk to you sometime tomorrow. Bye for now.